The PPSH is one of my personal favorite guns from throughout history. Much like other iconic Russian weapons like the AK and its variants, the PPSH's super simple design and very iconic look lend it to just being an instant classic in not only pop culture, but also especially in video games. And of course, our beloved Roblox game, Phantom Forces, is really no exception to this. With the weapon being in the game for many years, it's seen revamps, updates, and even been in the meta a time or two. However, my very unpopular opinion of the day is that it's really just not that good in this game, and especially in the SMG category compared to some of the others, but I still love using it kind of a lot. So what's going on here? So the PPSH in Phantom Forces is a very interesting looking weapon, right? I mean, you know, without the weapon skin and stuff on it. So if we just kind of crunch this thing down to its bare weapon here, you can see it's a very, very simple old style Phantom Forces model. You can see a lot of polygons on it. There's really not all too much to it. It's just kind of, you know, you look at it, you see a PPSH. However, if you take a little bit of a deeper dive into this weapon's stats here, you can see that it really is not that good, dealing some of the lowest damage out of any primary in the game, with a 24 maximum damage out to 50 studs and a minimum of 15 damage out to 102 studs. Lending it to not even be able to be a guaranteed 4-shot kill. However, one of the many things that you'll notice about this is that it has a big circle hanging from the front of it. It's not a grip. I know the character's holding it like a grip, but it's not a grip. That is a 71 round drum magazine. You'll notice something else down there too, that being a 1,250 fire rate. So yeah, we just get a ton of ammo and an extremely fast fire rate. But of course, you all knew this. You all know what the PPSH is about. If anyone's played any FPS game or any World War II game, you know exactly what this is. So what exactly in Phantom Forces really makes it so bad? In my opinion, of course. So not only does it have extremely low damage, but it has pretty poor accuracy as well. You can see that recoil just kind of goes a little bit everywhere, side to side. Yeah, that's not great. Not too great. However, there are a few things that we could do to this weapon to make it a lot better, and things that we could do to make it actually a very solid SMG. And we can actually make it a very, very viable weapon. I love 15 damage. I love 15 damage. I should not be trying to snipe with this thing. Now, how exactly are we supposed to use this weapon in the first place? Because obviously sniping with it's not going to be an option. The most obvious thing is going to be, obviously, like you can see on screen, playing closer up. What a revelation, right? You use an SMG point blank, it's going to work like an SMG and do good. However, there are a couple of other things that we could do with not only... So playstyle is going to be something very, very specific for this weapon, which is a little bit unfortunate because a lot of weapons in Phantom Forces, you can just use them wherever you want, whenever you want, at any range you want. This, not so much. Now, one of the other things, of course, is obviously going to be picking a good loadout for this. Now, the PPSH is a bit of a tricky one to pick out attachments for because even though it recently did just get the new layered recoil system, I've kind of had issues finding a good loadout for this. But the attachments that I've kind of had the best luck with are going to be dual blue lasers, any sight that you want, and personally ARS suppressor. And that leads us to getting actually relatively manageable recoil for what this is. I wouldn't necessarily say good, but it's, ooh, my goodness, it makes this thing a lot better. Oh boy, does it make this thing better. And then, of course, if you want, you could probably throw a 35-round box magazine. That might help a little bit. I'm mixed. I would rather use the big funny drum because that's what the PPSH is all about. And one final thing that I would not really recommend, but that I kind of like to do is use hollow point. That is going to give us a guaranteed 4-shot kill. Unfortunately, not to the torso. So as long as you kind of wildly spray the PPSH as it already does, this might actually be a really solid way to use this thing. There's way too many of you guys here. There's way too many of you guys here. There we go. Now, unfortunately, someone's great-grandpa is turning in their grave at the sight of something like this. First I shoot at the corpse, then I miss the man who's in front of me. I'm so good at this game. I'm literally just like totally the best player ever at this game. Totally, yeah. You can see though, with this particular build, we do end up with actually a really fast time to kill. And some not too terrible accuracy either with it. I love seeing all the numbers pop up like that. That's so funny, dude. That's so funny to me. Well, hello there. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. There's too many. Like, the recoil is still not perfect. It's still not perfect. I know. I get it. But with some of these weapons, there's really only so much that you can do about it. The good thing is with this, at least recently, like I said earlier, it did get a new revamp in its recoil. So it's a little bit easier to kind of put some more, I guess, quote unquote, modern attachments onto it. So it's not just swept behind by power creep or anything like that. It's genuinely able to be used decently well. Now, of course, if we haven't had enough of a fun time with this, one of the many things that we can do is we can kind of crunch the weapon down into basically a pocket-sized thing of fun. And what this allows us to do is get over 34 damage a hit. And it really doesn't hurt recoil that bad as a weapon that you really kind of want to use up close. So we're getting a 71 round point blank, 34 damage, 1250 RPM SMG that really just kind of chews through players. Aw, that is satisfying. You like to watch like Play-Doh being squished or something in your satisfying compilation? I like to watch the PPSH mow through Lego people in Roblox. We are not the same. One of the many things that I do like about this, though, that you don't get with really that many weapons in Phantom Forces is just the versatility to change so much about it. With the stock, the barrel length, the magazine capacity, and you get such a large magazine with it, too. It's just like, this thing really was ahead of its time in a way, because this has been in the game for basically ever. And it's just, it's hard not to have a good time with it. Now, just because I love this thing so much does not mean that it's a great weapon. Really, it's not that great. I'm sure someone out there is going to lose their mind, has already typed multiple threats in the comments, and has unsubscribed 45 times. I have just died to my own weapon. Very nice. But it's just the truth. Like, the stock weapon itself just does not feel as good as a lot of the other SMGs do. Pretty much what you are getting with this is you're trading damage for magazine capacity and fire rate, which honestly does feel like a fair trade-off. But seemingly these days, if you don't have like a guaranteed 2-shot SMG with 0 recoil, then nobody's ever going to use it. Such is the meta for 2024, I guess. However, sometimes it's okay to take a little bit of a step back from some big damage numbers and just focus on some silly fun. And that is most definitely what we get with the PPSH. Am I missing? I'm missing a blue laser. Oh yeah, because I equipped remove stock. Oh, okay. Yay! Like, literally, that recoil is basically the same. You're just getting so much more close-up damage, dude. Now, of course, we are still using hollow point with this this big damage that we're getting here. But even still, I enjoy very much. Now, I'm sure everyone does have their definition of the worst as far as, like, any weapon in this game goes. I mean, you'll probably find people out there who are like, ugh, MAC-10, disgusting. MP5, gross. Uzi, more like P-Uzi. That's not funny. This is disgusting loadout. I don't know why I have this equipped on here. And yes, I genuinely do consider the Foul Parashorty like the worst weapon in the game just about. But I don't even want to consider this as an SMG. The Foul Parashorty does not exist to me. But yeah, I love the PPSH. But arguably, there's so many other better options that it's like, it's no wonder I rarely ever see it these days. Which also kind of led me to want to make this video. I've been using it a lot, and then I realized kind of no one else uses it that much anymore. So, what do you think, though? Do you like the PPSH? Do you use the PPSH? Are you a PPSH main? There's only so many times that I could say PP before I start laughing, because I'm a grown baby. So, I think we should probably kind of call it quits here for the day. Let me know your thoughts below on what you think about the PPSH. Like I said, personally, I love this freaking weapon. It is fan-freaking-tastic. But if you think another SMG is worse, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But if you hate another SMG, or if there are other SMGs that you think are just genuinely bad, definitely let me know below, and maybe I'll make a video on them. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Big shout out to all the channel members up on screen. You guys are very, very much appreciated. And if you want to become one too, you can do so with the link in the description and pinned comment below. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video, dudes. You guys have a great day. Peace.